so we actually, what was amazing is that in this series that was short-lived and beautifully so, there was one episode that only had the main cast in it. Luckily enough, it is called Toys in the Attic. Although Laura Bailey did tweet that maybe we should read Flowers in the Attic. And then Marisha Ray tweeted we should read Flowers for Algernon. So, but I think we'll go with Toys in the Attic. Yes. All right, you want to do this, guy?
Yeah!
BS, my part.
Bullshit, my line. All right. Edward. Only thing that's important. Okay. Cowboy Bebop. This is episode 11. Toys in the Attic. Something is making its way through the bowels of the spaceship Bebop. It's dark. We see cobwebs. We hear a squishy sound. It's scary. Title card, Session 11, Toys in the Attic. The Bebop is floating silently in space. Ein, the data dog, is napping. Ed is also napping.
Space travel log 0968. Empty time. Sounds good to call bounty hunting freelance work, but all that really means is that we're self-employed. So when there's no one to hunt, we have nothing. Nothing to do, nothing to live on. Well, that's all part of the life we've chosen. Our destiny, if you like. But when you're out of money, you start thinking about quick cash.
Title card, Lesson 1. Cut to Spike, putting on a gas mask. He loads a gun with some kind of canister. Faye and Jet are gambling. She holds some dice in one hand and a cup in the other.
All right, you're fine with both of these now, right?
With a quick flick of her wrist, she slams the cup down on the board covering the dice.
Even.
You're going with even?
Reveal on Jet, who is topless. He's lost his shirt.
No, make it odd.
Elsewhere, we see the earlier gun shooting out flames. It's being used to cook some kebabs.
Odd, you're sure?
Yes, odd.
Snake eyes, even.
Oh, man.
I can't eat anymore.
I'd actually prefer payment in cash. I'm not a pawn shop, you know. Well, Jet?
Jet is wearing nothing but boxers. He stands up.
A man keeps his word.
Spike walks in with the cooked kebabs.
I smell cooked kebabs and smelly shorts.
Jet's boxers float past Spike's face.
And that's why I told you not to play against her. That's biting the kebab, not the shorts.
That was last night.
Yes, it was. That same something is still running through some part of the ship. More cobwebs, more scary sounds. A rat notices this something and runs off terrified. Ein hears something through the vent. He whines.
Humans were meant to work and sweat to earn a living, after all. Those that try to get rich quick or live at the expense of others all get divine retribution somewhere along the way. That's the lesson. Unfortunately, we quickly forget the lessons we've learned. And then we have to learn them all over again.
Jet is in the stockroom of the ship. He finds a blanket and wraps himself in it.
Oh, damn it. I don't remember that. A refrigerator way back here?
Back to the point of view of the scary something running through the ship. It seems to have made its way to the upper levels, and there are no more cobwebs, but it's still scary.
Boom.
Survival of the fittest is the law of nature. We deceive or are deceived. Thus we flourish or perish. Nothing good ever happened to me when I trusted others. That is the lesson.
Title card, lesson 2.
So, how much did you swindle?
A word like that could damage my reputation. He just had a run of bad luck.
Ah, right. He just didn't know about that anklet.
That's part of the skill of the game.
You could at least give him his clothes back, Faye.
I'll rent them to him.
Greedy, aren't we?
Well, I prefer to think of it as enterprising.
An alarm goes off.
Huh?
Spike and Faye start running. They are followed by Ein. They find Jet, who's rubbing the back of his neck.
Hey, what happened?
Something bit me.
What do you mean by something?
Ein starts growling menacingly at something. It puts the crew of the Bebop on edge. Turns out it's just a rat.
Oh.
It wasn't a rat, okay? Look at this. There's a weird mark on my neck.
Well, that was a waste of time. Sheesh.
Spike, it happened near that old refrigerator.
Refrigerator?
Yeah, you got any ideas?
Maybe. There was a... Nope, I can't remember.
Ein is staring at a corner, growling. He suddenly stops, looks around, and then leaves with everyone else. As Faye is walking back, she senses something is following her. She turns around, but there's nothing there. Close-up shot on Tiger Balm.
Jet slime.
You sure this is gonna work?
No, it works on everything but nearsightedness and cavities.
Then it works on the athlete's foot?
Yeah, sure.
Don't you have anything like real medicine that's just for sores and wounds?
That would be this.
Spike holds up a dried lizard.
That heals wounds?
Yep. You just squish it up and boil it in 3 cups of water, and when it turns green and goopy, you drink it.
Spike, is there something more, different?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, give me that.
Spike holds up a dried scorpion.
I'll take the other thing.
Ein's in a corridor going crazy, barking and running in circles. Back to Spike and Jet. Spike is pouring some goopy green liquid into a glass that Jet is holding, and Jet looks scared.
Oh, great. I'm feeling a lot sicker than I did before. Do I look pale or what?
You're always pale.
Faye enters.
What is that awful smell?
Herbal medicine.
Herbal medicine? That swill. Smells like day-old roadkill soured and soaked in soured milk and maggot juice.
More like rotten soybeans and turpentine.
Yeah, you're right.
That's enough. I gotta drink this stuff.
He gets up the courage and then downs the drink with big gulps. Jet collapses, he falls forward, and as if he's passed out.
Oh, brother.
Come on, quit joking around. Huh?
Spike notices something strange on the back of Jet's neck, where he claimed to have been bitten. It's ugly and purplish. It looks bad and infected. Jet is now laid up on the couch. Spike is typing furiously on the computer doing some research. They're running analysis on something.
So it was a rat, right? I mean, this is no big deal. Am I wrong?
I have no clue. He got some kind of poison that's not in the database. I'm checking into some similar toxins. Cryptospalicium? No, that's not it. Cholera? Nah, it's not that. Ebola virus. Nope. Bifidobacterium? Nah, not even close.
So then what is it?
Ein starts barking again.
I'd give it a rest, would you?
Well, it's not an ordinary rat. Ein, keep quiet.
So what could it be then?
Well, it's,
Ed leaps down from out of nowhere.
A mystery space creature! Spooky! The attack of the horrible alien!
Yeah, that is possible, I suppose. Yeah, right.
Then what is it? It's not in the database, right?
Well,
Look, these base pairs are abnormal.
Huh. You think so?
Ed has never seen this before. So what else could it be but a horrible alien, huh? What?
Maybe it's, I don't know, something like a rat went through a mutation and evolved and turned into some kind of unusual creature and secreted this new form of mysterious poison.
Oh, well, that's brilliant. Right up there with Ed's theory that it's horrible aliens. I mean, really pitiful.
Ein barks.
Aya! What are we gonna do, Ein? You believe it's a horrible alien, don't you? It's spooky.
The scary something is traveling through the ship. This time it's in the vents. We see spooky shots from its point of view. Through the vent, we can see Faye taking a bath. Hello. Cut to Faye in the bathroom, reading while taking a bath. It's a bubble bath, so all her naughty bits are all strategically covered. Something goopy falls from the vent.
Huh?
Faye decides it's nothing, goes back to reading.
All right, this locates and monitors heat sources.
Sorry, my pages got stuck together. Spike is explaining how an electronic device works. Ed is wearing some crazy goggles which are attached to this device. Spike is also wearing one of these devices.
We usually use it when we're tracking down bounty heads that have gone into hiding. Can you see me?
We see Spike in thermal view. We also see Ein, who's standing next to him.
Whoa! Yeah!
That's fine. I'm gonna test it now. Don't move till I tell you.
Spike looks up to see a thermal view of Ed running off chasing Ein. They disappear.
Ein, where are you going?
Hey, wait! Hey! Huh?
Via Spike's thermal view, we see a blobby thing with a heat source moving around the room.
Well, this is weird. Did it break?
Faye runs in wearing a bathrobe, panting.
What's the matter? Did you find something?
Okay, the theory you had about a mutant creature or something, remember?
Yeah?
Okay, what happens if you're bitten by that?
Well, I can't say for sure until I catch one and examine it, but I can guess.
Death. No, please. Why did it have to be this way? I still have a lot to live for. I haven't committed any crimes. At least no really bad ones yet. I'm still young and full of life.
Full of what?
Life. It's just so unfair. Poor me.
Get over it! No, that's not what it says. Hey, come on. What's this all about?
Spike notices a purplish, ugly infection like the one Jet had on Faye's leg. Cut to the scary something. It's still moving through the ship. The cobwebs are back, and yes, still scary. Eye catch. Cowboy Bebop. Ed is walking through the ship with Ein.
August 6th, Sky Day. Today, Ed goes looking for the spooky, mysterious, horrible alien.
Title card, lesson 3.
Lesson, if you see a stranger, follow him.
Ed passes by the bathroom. She opens the door and sticks her head inside.
Where are you? Are you here, Mr. Spooky Space Creature?
Meanwhile, elsewhere on the ship,
Ed, Ein. Hey, this isn't hide and seek, damn it.
Ed has left the bathroom and is walking through a hall with Ein.
Exploration, experimentation, exploration, exclamation. I will come back alive. I trust you, Ed.
She jumps and hangs on the bar like a monkey.
Ooh!
She flips so she's now hanging upside down like a monkey.
Wah! Ein?
She notices Ein's walking away.
Ein?
Are you here? Hello? Answer me! Oh, man.
Ein's walking by himself over a grate, sniffing it. He suddenly stops and notices something. Something drops on top of Ein, and we hear big, scary music. We hear Ein yelp loudly.
Ein? Ed? Where are you?
Spike puts on his thermal goggles. He sees something on the grate above him. It's giving off heat. He climbs up to see what it is. It's Ein. He has the same ugly purplish mark on his back.
Ein? Hey, hang in there. Where's Ed? I can't believe they got you. Where are your animal instincts? Huh?
Spike puts on the thermal goggles. He sees something blobby down the corridor that's giving off heat moving toward him. He picks up Ein and starts backing up slowly. Then he breaks out into a full run. Cut to now. Jet, Faye, and Ein are all laid up ill. Spike stands over them.
No choice. Gotta go in.
Spike shoves a clip in his gun, loads the blowtorch, puts some explosives on a utility belt. He's gearing up to do some major fighting. He grabs his thermal tracking device and a fencing foil. There's a piece of meat skewered on the foil. He takes a bite. Currently in cruise mode on Route 66. Approximate cruise time remaining, 82 hours. Spike is programming something into the computer. Preparing to enter full autopilot. After passing the gate, the ship is pre-programmed to land on Mars. The route cannot be changed once this is confirmed.
Ed? Are you in here? Hey!
Spike notices the thermal tracker he gave Ed abandoned on the floor.
Huh? Must have gotten her too.
Spike continues his search. Some goop drops from the ceiling, nearly hitting Spike. It's not the scary creature goop, it's just normal goop.
Don't scare me like that.
As Spike gets out a cigarette, we see some blobby thing drop from the ceiling behind him. It scurries off. He turns around, guns in hand.
That's it.
He shoots at it and misses. The blob flies at him. Spike falls over.
Come on.
Spike throws a gas bomb on the blob and runs out of a portal, sealing it in a section of the ship. He pants. He searches for a lighter to relight his cigarette, but he can't find it, so he ends up using a blowtorch. After his smoke, he opens up the portal, goes back to check on it to see if the blob is dead. Another second later, Spike comes running out, being chased by the blob.
Bang! Let's go, slime ball.
Spike corners the slime ball and torches it until it stops moving. He approaches it slowly to get a better look.
This thing smells kind of familiar.
Spike's stomach growls. He remembers the rest of his kebab.
I guess I should have eaten that stuff. Well, I'm sure it's still in the fridge. Whoa. That was when I remembered everything. It was, about 1 year ago. I'd gotten a hold of a real Ganymede rock lobster. I hid it in the fridge in the stockroom so no one else would eat it. But I had forgotten about it and left it there for a whole year. Wonder what it looks like in there now.
Spike approaches the fridge in the stockroom. He puts his hand on one handle of the door, about to open it. There's fear in his eyes. Cue creepy music. He opens the fridge and it's filled with gooey, goopy, gross-looking overgrowth. Spike sets the ship's alarm and turns off the gravity system within the ship. He pushes the heavy fridge out of the stockroom towards one of the cargo bay holds. He's about to release the fridge into outer space when he sees the blob on the side of the fridge. It jumps at Spike and attacks his arm.
Oh, shit! Oh, that's great.
Since Spike hasn't opened the hatch yet, the fridge bounces against it and the fridge door knocks open. It rebounds off the hatch and starts heading towards him. Spike releases the hatch and the fridge gets sucked outside. He holds on to the railing, trying not to get sucked out as well. He reaches out for the controls to close the hatch again. Flicks the switch, the hatch starts to close slowly. Spike continues to hold on, waiting for it to completely seal, but the purplish mark on his hand makes him weak. He loses his grip and falls toward the hatch, which is still slightly open, but it closes just in the nick of time. An unconscious Spike floats through the cargo bay.
So, that's the story. And what was the real lesson? Don't leave things in the fridge.
Elsewhere on the ship, Ed wakes up from a nap. We see blurry, groggy vision from her point of view. Something is approaching her. It's the blob.
More pudding!
Ed picks up the blob and eats it.
I can't eat anymore.
We see various shots of Faye, Jet, Spike, and Ein floating in zero gravity as we hear Tchaikovsky's Waltz of the Flowers play in the background. The fridge also twirls and dances through outer space, spewing its contents out in beautiful ribbons. The end.
And so, they all passed away. Everyone. It was a short series, but thanks for your support. That was the last episode. May they all rest in peace. Amen. And for the next series, we bring you Cowgirl Ed. Ed is the main character.
Hey, wait a minute.
What kind of selfish thing is that?
Next episode, Jupiter Jazz Part 1.
There really is a next episode.
The end!
Makes me kind of weepy to hear that again.
Brings back some feels, don't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're all warm and fuzzy up here.
Wow.